Greetings, Jedi Traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for, here we go, week 29, 2016. This is July 18th. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, let's jump right into the numbers for today. That's our week 28 recap as we left off from last week. I'll go ahead and take a look at that at the end here. But jumping right into the trading session, week 29, it was a one setup, 100 ticks net on the NQ. So nice move today as econ data, housing pretty much flat, not much of a positive or negative number. Taking a look at the trend session predicted from this morning's open based on the London session, it was all short across the board, again in beta version at this end, but it was all about the charts as trend was to the upside, so I had to go with the charts. Got 5 charts in the green. Again, YM not much of a mover today, as we saw ES also. So as far as trend runaways, NQ followed by ES and YM, and there it was on the NQ. Nice move, breaking above the T350. Higher time frames up here, 20 tick, 15 tick, and then entry on the 10 tick as the 50 was holding above the 144. Only looking for 1 to 2 setups a day, Jedi Traders, and holding it and managing it as long as possible. And that was the move of the day, 100 ticks to the T. Again, afternoon session set up nicely as we had 5 charts in the green here on the NQ and the ES and a fib extension drawing. So why did the ES work out better than the NQ? Well, I got to go with the fact that I had about a 38 to 50% retracement here with a buy signal, 85% probability of hitting that fib target number 1, and ES never really going higher after that. But then I jump over here to the NQ, only a 23% fib retrace, so I'm looking for the breakout play. Never had it, so never a viable target upside. Looking at the earnings, Netflix, we'll take a look at those charts here in a little bit, but it was Netflix with mixed numbers. Again, actual numbers coming out, but subscriber demands not met, so Netflix dumping here on post-market data. IBM up with some good numbers today as well. Taking a look, there's a StockTwits post here. Price action on the Netflix coming down all the way to about 85, so huge drop on the Netflix. But overall shares, got to remember those peak downloads here. Netflix still holding on to a key number here. We'll see if those numbers change here in the obviously next time the numbers come out in Q3. All right, let's jump in right to the AD line as we saw AD line upside in the green today. So matching that nice move on the NQ. YM not moving as much. ES not a bad move today, but again, better setup on the NQ. AD line to the upside. Again, there's that pullback. You might think price action come all the way back down, but find some support here and right back to the upside. Let's take a look at the 5-minute charts here. Crude not going very far today. Price action very choppy inside the 25-minute open range as we head into Wednesday EIA report. Again, 25-minute open range chop here in the morning session on the ES, NQ, YM. Not much on the NQ. Didn't wait too long there as it popped all the way up here and settled around the average high. Cam lines on both ES and YM for pretty much closing out today's session. How do we do on those fib levels today? Fib levels, nice move on the fib levels as NQ reached its target high. YM just a couple ticks shy, and ES never getting up there, so sitting in the middle of the 2 fib levels. Take a look at the daily gaps across the board. We see daily gaps still below. We got 4 here on the YM as that far extended move since post-Brexit back here already a couple weeks ago. But again, open gaps, regular trading hours, 100% guarantee there, guys, that those levels will get closed out at some point. Watching for the intraday, both on a 4-hour chart and an intraday, to move towards those. Very small open gap here at 45.52 on the crude as 43.23. Next level down, not an open gap, more a level of support here as price action found that back here in May, but 2 major open gaps still remaining below on the crude as well as to the upside. NQ thought we'd go for that 43.50 today, but no go. Not too far. Hands reach. 1 day's price action can get us up there. Take a look at the VPOC across the board. Again, good volume profile today. Outliers at both sides with 70% represented by the orange. And with the VPOC, the purple pink line here representing where the mean. closing out just like we close out daily gaps. We close out former VPOCs, looking for the 600-day VPOC as crude pretty happy over the last 600 days. There it is, 45.20. You can see over the last at least a week, we continue to huddle around this 45. All right, let's jump right into the daily trend to see where price action is at. Let's work backwards here today, starting with the euro. Price action overnight, Sunday open. Again, remember that Friday session on the Turkey, the coup in Turkey, military coup in Turkey, sent the markets down towards the close. Again, that issue somewhat resolved and price action rebounded today, but not offering much opportunity here on the euro. Again, gold with very choppy action here on gold. We're looking for as many charts as possible. Looks a little bit like the NQ setup here today. So you got a gold run upside, you got an NQ run upside, moving in sync. Price action pulls back, so almost running together here. Again, this was probably the better setup, a 2-bar pullback and then a upside. Again, higher risk entry here, even though you got 5 charts in the green. But again, if you take it, you put your stop at the swing size and you go for it. Get that first contract off, move the stop, break even, no loss trade. Again, across the board, as we saw the ES, we showed that fib extension, and there it was. That was it, fib extension number 1, and no more. As price action across the board, pretty choppy here. Again, ES had a nice entry here in the early AM session together with the NQ, but again, a little bit far extended entry. Could have gone on the indecision candle here, but decided to hold off from the ES. Much cleaner on the NQ as seen here. Price action broke above the T350, 5 charts in the green. My gosh, golden, almost golden setup there. AD lines upside, tick count holding, sustained, buying, and push, push, push. Again, you had a couple bars here along the way that looked like they were going to turn. Again, would have bailed had they turned down, but stayed in the green. So you stay with the trade until at the highs and bailed right there at the highs. Again, you had that opportunity upside, but never followed through as price action never broke the 23% retracement high up here. All right, and take a look at the YM. Again, YM very choppy, not much to go on, not even towards the end of the session. Price action just barely broke above the T350 before pulling back, so left the YM alone today. And then crude, again, probably best setup was early morning session to the downside. The rest of the remaining sessions we head into Wednesday's EIA. So hands off the crude as we continue to the downside. So let's take a look at those big picture as the price action on the crude holds to the downside. Here we go, still holding underneath the 50 and the 144 and holding within the daily 51. 200. So I gotta go with the daily trend, still holding to the downside, but very choppy as price action volume decreasing. So at some point, price action either bounces back upside above the 50 as we head into Wednesday's number. Will be really the wait and see. Until then, I would hold off, but that's this trader's only 3 cents. Price action across the 3 indices. Price action holding above the 50-200. Volume below average today. Went ahead and drew a T350 on the charts down here on the 4-hour charts. Another trend indicator as price action continues to hold upside. Taking a look at a bigger picture here. We can see the T3 short term still in the green up here. Background green because the 50 above the 144 and everything holding above the T350 here. As price action continues. So strong trend, but again, watch the bars as solid body tails up, mean we're continuous uptrend. Look for open gap up above on the NQ. Watch for fib extensions as well as viable targets or levels to levels of concern. And any intraday level can also serve as resistance to the upside. Let's jump in quickly. Let's take a look as we will now do, we'll rotate about twice, 2 to 3 times a week, depending on price action. Taking a look at the market cap leaders. We'll take a look at some of the ETFs as well as the FX pairs. We'll rotate, so we'll come back once again on the market cap leaders. So let's just roll right into Apple. Apple with earnings coming out here on July 26th, next Tuesday. Still in an uptrend here. With the bigger picture on the weekly, but again, finding that resistance on the 200. Take a look at the weekly, daily here, middle chart. Take a look here at the 4-hour chart as we are holding above the T3. I'm not going to go back and tell you where you should have entered. Always nice to be told where you should have, but I am looking for entries, or you would be looking for entries like this pullback here last week on Apple in an uptrend as T3 moving average holding above the T350 on the 4-hour. Now, granted, 50 is still below the 144 here on the 4-hour chart, so no confirmed solid trend upside, but it does give you an opportunity to buy at the lows and value and get back into the upside. So whether you rebalance your portfolio or you manage it on fundamentals and technicals, here's one way I would look for it, especially as we start Q3. Watch for that open gap upside. Again, earnings on the Apple coming up next Tuesday. Again, you always want to keep a stop. Make sure you don't get a crash like you did on Netflix today. But there you go, price action on Apple. Nice early moves, but still not a real confirmed uptrend as we move through the weeks. Take a look at the Amazon. Amazon, again, a little wishy-washy today. V recovery here. Again, bigger time frame holding up. 4-hour chart right at the 50 period moving average holding above. I'm sorry, that's the T3. Oh, hang on here. Hang on a second. Yep, that's the T3 moving average there on the dotted, holding above the 50 and the 144 as well. So again, finding support here. Again, you want to look for the intraday setup. Watch the 15-minute chart to get back up in the green, and then watch for Amazon on the 100-tick chart to also be back up in the green, and then you'll see your entry on the 50 chart. So again, 3 in the green. Watch for the green down here. You're holding above the 5200. Looks good. And then the entry on the 50-tick chart to put you into the long. Till then, I'd hold off, but again, you got to evaluate your own charts and your own indicators. Take a look at Facebook. Facebook, again, in a nice run up here. Again, all in the green, all in the green, all in the green. So again, at this point, as long as we hold up above 50, above the 200. By the way, Amazon earnings coming out on July 28th. Thursday, July 28th. Facebook a day earlier on 7/27, so that's next Wednesday. Again, same picture. As you head into earnings, got to be a little bit more cautious. You want to make sure that you have your stops in play, and you want to make sure that see the follow through on earnings, and then get yourself a solid entry. But as far as trend is concerned, and has been for a while here, Facebook again pushing to the upside. You're looking for everything to be in the green. Look for the pullback on the smaller time frames, and then as you head back in the green, look for the entry on the smaller time frame chart, especially here on the 50-tick chart here on Facebook. All right, taking a look at Alphabet Goog as price action, again holding up in the green here across the board. 4-hour chart now holding above the T350 as we hold above the 50 and the 200 on the bigger time frame on the daily as well as the weekly, pushing above 50. Above 50 might cross that 144 this week if we continue to push upside as we hold above the 50 MA across the board. But taking a look at the intraday setup to splice into the bigger time frame, you got that 15-minute chart holding upside, very nice move. You got the Goog up here, price action on the 100-tick holding upside. Look for the splice in, that's right, splice in on the 50-tick, and you're holding to the upside. So great opportunity whether you trade the stock or the options. All right, there's that drop on the Netflix today. Not a very good sign as price action came down. But again, bigger picture still holding upside on the weekly. Daily here in between the 50 and the 200. But T3 moving average is upside, holding above the 50 on the 4-hour chart as well. But again, these numbers are going to be down tomorrow as we're going to see one long candle to the downside. And we're going to be back underneath the 50. So again, I've been saying for a while, Netflix has pretty much been in the red, as we could see back here. Just to open up that 4-hour chart, been in the red, kind of choppy. Again, with the numbers coming out today, I would hold off, wait to see where we head tomorrow. We'll revisit Netflix towards the end of the week and see if there's an opportunity back to the upside. Again, we'll want to see price action get back up to this 51.44 and see if we can splice in on the 50, the 100 tick, and the 15-minute check. But I would hold off on that for now. Starbucks, again, earnings coming out on July 21st, and I apologize, Goog on earnings on July 28th in case I missed that. And then Starbucks here on July 21st, that's this Thursday. So we'll look at price action on Starbucks as we near. But right now, Starbucks, again, struggling a little bit, still in the daily below the 200, but holding above the 144 and the 50, holding above the 50 MAs. That's a good sign. But price action, again, pulling back on the 15-minute chart, so not a big fan here of the long as far as the momentum is concerned. I am watching the 100 tick here, but again, very choppy on the 50 tick chart. But again, if you're trying to splice in, watch for that 15-minute chart to get you back upside if you're looking for the long, and then watch for the 4-hour chart to be back in an uptrend. But you're going to have to watch that daily 200 to the upside. All right, that's our market cap leaders as we roll into tomorrow. Earnings: Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs, including the other 32, and after close 80 charts to look at. As we roll through the week, we're looking at housing starts for tomorrow, including NBA mortgage applications and EIA Petroleum and any other Red Star event into the week. Hey guys, make sure you check out my week 28 recap that I showed you there right at the beginning. Again, last week 21 setups, low week 275 tick nets. We're going to take a look at charts of the week, as well as the daily looking at golden setups through the week, as well as just a recap of stats, as well as the daily trend videos that are posted here. Also, you want to check out the futures, ETF, and market cap leaders, where I rotate through a supplemental document, the weekly supplemental, that includes the market cap leaders, key indices, industrials, FX pairs, as we'll rotate through those. So we'll address the market cap leaders at least a minimum of 2 times a week, if not 3 times, maybe rotate every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we'll take a look at FX pairs, and we'll take a look at some of the ETF futures through the week as well. And my basic case for markets to either hold upside or pull back in a short for the remainder of 2016. All right, that concludes today's daily trend for July 18, 2016. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to stop by at any of my social media web outlets or tradingfibs.com to obtain more information. My trading mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at TradingFibs, and as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade what's in front of me, and on my charts, I leave my bias at the door when trading. Hey guys, have yourselves a blue zone day wherever you may be. Good day, good night, and good trading to you.